Good morning, kids! I'm Teacher Lance and I'll be your teacher for today and for the rest of the semester. Today, we're going to study mathematics and we will just continue our previous topic, which is number patterns. So let's go and study about number patterns and explore this topic. Let's go! Alright, so before we do our activity as the continuation of our topic, let us review first what we have to do in continuing the pattern of numbers. Okay, so what are we going to do if there's a number and then we have to count it up by 5? Okay, if that is the case, we're just going to add 5 to find out what is the next number, and then add 5 to that number to find out what is the next number to that number. And we are just going to continue the process again and again. Okay? And what is we have 4 given, and then we are only finding only one number. We're just going to look at the pattern. Okay? What number is added between numbers? And then we're going to add the same number to the last given number to find out what number is next. Okay? So now let's do the activity. We're going to write the next 4 numbers of each number pattern with the counting up by tens relationship. Okay, let's do it. We have the number 1. The given is 214. 214. So what we're going to do, let's go back to the instruction. We're going to count it up by tens. So we're going to add 10 again and again. Okay, so here for the first one, we will add 10 to 214. So what do you think will be the answer or the sum of 214 plus 10? Very good. The answer is 224. And then we will find out the next number by adding 10 again. Okay, so let's add 10 again to 224. So what do you think the result will be? Okay, it is 234. And then the same thing again, we will add 10 to it, and it will become 244. And lastly, the same thing, because this is a pattern, so that means that we will do the same thing again and again. And since the pattern is about adding 10 on it, it will be the same thing that we will do. Okay, so here the answer will be 254. Okay, so here the set of numbers will be 214, 224, 234, and 244, and lastly 254. Okay, so that is it. So let's go to number 2. For the number 2, we have 306. Since the instruction for number 1 and 2 and for the coming numbers is the same, so that means we will do the same thing to the following numbers. So number 2, we have 306. So what are we going to do to find out what is the next number? Okay, we're going to add 10. So 306 plus 10 equals the answer is 316. So we will do the same thing. 316 plus 10 will be 326. And then 326 plus 10 equals 336. And then 336 plus 10 will be 346. So that is it. Plus 10 again and again. So here, our sequence will be 306, 316, 326, 336, and 346. Good job, kids! So now, let's go to the other activity or the next activity. Here we are going to write the next 4 numbers of each number pattern with a counting up by 100s relationship. Okay, a while ago, we added 10. Okay, to complete the pattern. But here we're going to add 100. Okay, so let's go and proceed to the first number. Okay, number 1, we have 417. And since the instruction for this one is that we're going to add 100 to it to find out what is the next number. So let's add 100 to 417. So what do you think will be the answer? Okay, the correct answer will be 517 because we added 100 to 417. Always remember the pattern, okay kids? So now we have 417, 517, and then what is the next number? We will add 100 again. Okay, so 517 plus 100 equals 617. And then 617 plus 100 will be 717. And then 717 plus 100 equals 817. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So here we have the pattern of numbers 417, 517, 617, 717, and 817. So that is the pattern for number 1. So number 2, what is the series of numbers? We have the given number 599. Okay, so what will be its next number? Let us find it out. So how are we going to find it out? We're just going to add 100 in it. 100 in it. Okay, so let's add 599 plus 100. So what do you think will be the answer? Okay, good job. The answer is 699. So you're going to write 699. And then what will be the next answer? What will be the next number to 699? It will become 799. And then 799 plus 100 will be 899. And then 899 plus 100 will be 999. Okay, so that is it. 599, 699, and then it became 799, and then 899, and then 999. Okay, let's go. Another activity, here we are going to consider the relationship of each pattern, and then we are going to find out what is the next number. It's always the same thing, kids, because our topic is number patterns, so we will do the same thing again and again. That is why it is called number patterns. So there is a number that we are going to follow. So let's go. For the number 1, we're going to find out what is the missing number. But before that, we have to find out first what is the pattern here. So we have 25, 23, 21, and 19. So what is the common thing between all of them? So we have 21 and 19. So what happened to them? 21 and became 19. So it became lower, right? So we will find out what is subtracted to 21 to make it 19. So let's count it up from 21. Okay, for example, it's 21. Okay, and then 20. No, it's 21, right? And then 20, and then 19. So we have the number 2. And since it became counting down, because the number is lower, we're going to subtract 2 from 19 to find out what is the next number. Okay, 19 minus 2 equals, it is going to be 17. Okay, so the answer for number 1 will be 17. Okay, so let's go to number 2. We have 124, 122, 120, and 118. So what will be the next number? Okay, so let's find out the pattern first. So we have 120 and 118 as our last digits. Okay, so let's find out. So what happened to 120? Why did it become 118? So since here 118 is lower than 120, that means the pattern is counting down. Okay, counting down. Okay, so let's go. 120, let's count down. 119, and then 118. So there are 2. Okay, that's why we're going to because it is counting down, we're going to subtract. Okay, so 120 minus 118 is equal to 2. So we're going to subtract 2 from 118 to find out what is the next value. Okay, see, we have 118 minus 2 equals, let's count, 118, 117, 116. So the next number will be 116. Okay, so that is the answer for number 2. Very good, kids. You're doing such a great job. Okay, so let's go to number 3. We have here 349, 347, 345, and 343. As we can see, the numbers are going down and down again. So that is why our pattern is counting down. And then let's find out the difference between the last two digits or the last two numbers, which are 345 and 343. Okay, so what is the difference between them? Let's count. 345, 344, 343. The difference is 2. Therefore, we're going to subtract 2 from 343. Okay, and then it will be, let's count, 343, 342, 341. So it will be 341. Therefore, the answer for number 3 will be 341. Okay, very good, kids. So that is all for today. I hope that you learned something from Teacher Lance. Today we studied the number patterns, and I hope that you enjoyed this class. Bye-bye and see you on our next class. God bless and happy learning. See you.